Hi, would have been a more enthusiastic post for this video, but I just sealed the deal to sell this guy off. Okay, of course I posted up for sale, but it's my first Strat. It's a 50s Mexican classic series 50s Strat, and yeah, so I just posted up, and I posted up quite for quite some time. Somebody wants it, so okay, you know, um, like I said, it would have been a more enthusiastic post, but you know what, this guy is a avid collector of Strat. He has all the era, so you know, it's in good hands, although I don't play this guy much, but it has a character to it. um, well, something's got to give, we've got to let go. So this is it. So talking about um, box pattern, yeah, I'm a very boxy person because I don't have any formal training in electric guitar, and I don't know what the hell pentatonic is. And when I first started off, I learned from the books, and you know, the box pattern was something that's very common. And so on, right? There were times that I can remember all five boxes, but now no more. So um, unfortunately, that really puts me in a kind of limitation to play, because I tend to really limit myself within the particular box. You can hear from a lot of my examples that I play, it's all box, right? But soon I realized that, you know, it's become part of my style of playing. So what I do is that I try to live with it. So I think, as we mentioned, we know the relative minor. You know, if you're playing A minor is the relative minor of C major. So the scales are interchangeable and you can really play. But what I'm trying to say is that the chords will bring out the tonality of the scale. Why do I say that? Because while the two scales, the A minor and the C major sounds the same, if you have chords and accompaniment at the back, that will bring a different mood to your notes. So if I were to have like, you know, it sounds something. If I have, so maybe I have something play at the back, right? Then you can probably hear it. So let's say A minor, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do A minor pentatonic, right? And if I follow A minor scale, we'll make it even sadder. At the B in, okay, so you can hear, you can go on further. Yeah, so it sounds sad, right? So likewise, if I were to play the same thing, but this time around, I'll do a C. So I'll do the same thing, and it sounds happier. Even with the B, right? So if I play the C major scale, kind of brings out the different thing, right? So yeah, if I were to play the A minor scale over the okay. Okay, have a highly distorted one. Let's do a high gain. I'm gonna do the C major scale. C major over this, right? Over this A minor, then you will hear that it's completely different from what we did just now. So it's the same. So it kind of brings out that the mood because of your scale behind it. So let's say we play a progression, right? In the key of let's do C first. This is a very familiar progression. Okay, so I'm going to just play stuff at the back, yeah? See, I'm limited with that box, right? Okay, so you can hear that's not too bad because I have the minor chords inside, so it kind of sounds still not too sad, right? But what happens if I have, let's see. Okay, let's say this progression, right? We do the same thing, same effect. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing, more or less the same box, and it kind of sounds really sad, you know. At the B in, sure it'll be sad. You know, yeah, so something like that. So it, how you really feel about it, or how you really play it, has a lot to do with the background. Because if you are just playing your own, whether you start from C, or if you go, you know, it kind of, you know, brings out that note if you have something at the back. So you know that you have people doing the at 9 or something, then they go for the, you know, the Lydian mode, the Dorian mode, but that's another story. Those things are not, doesn't sound logical if you don't have a backing at the back. This is C, right? And if I were to play D Dorian, it will be, it doesn't it doesn't mean anything, isn't it? But if you put in a musical context with a bunch of progression accompaniment, then that one will be something. So the same thing with E. This is G, right? And I did okay, let's, for the fun of it, okay, then it's a happy thing. This is the pentatonic E minor. Okay, so that's the E. That's the G, G major, but you're using the E minor pentatonic. But what happens if I go? Okay, I'm gonna play the same sequence of note, right? So the whole mood change, right? It becomes really dark and everything. So yeah, so sometimes it's awkward when you start with this is E and then sorry. You can start with G as well. This is G, E. If I start with E, that was E, right? So if I start with G, so if I enter, so yeah, I'll play that same thing, but this time with G as well. Then you can hear the difference. Here we go. Oh, hold on, let me turn on the tip screamer. Oh, sorry. Okay, play more or less the same sequence. E and G, yeah. So now this is G major, I'll start with E. Again. Same thing. Okay, so it comes to the same, but this has a happier mood because you have that major backing at the back. So what happens if I start in G instead of E? Here we go. Again. So yeah, so that's the whole thing. Oh, there we go. That's the whole thing about if you're trying to have ideas, and no matter, as long as you are in that, having the more accurate interpretation of the keys and everything is still important. So that we won't stray too much out of so-called out of tune. Of course, we mentioned about going out of your comfort zone, which is right. Sometimes just too chromatic. So it doesn't really matter if it's wrong in the middle, but it's important of that note you land. When you land on the right note, it sounds right. So we'll just play a bunch of gibberish, but if I end it a G, right? So you just play. So yeah, if you have that, or even E, right? Open G. So yeah, so it's kind of interesting sometimes if you just um, add some notes to really color that melodies that you have. It will be kind of interesting. And as I mentioned in the past two videos, don't be worried about um, doing in a box, because I think the first video mentioned about how you can actually derive melody from just one box, right? So so yeah, you can keep on going and going and going without that. It's most important. Um, let that flow of the accompaniment take you. Affects you in such a way that you you are in a mood to play something, to play out how you feel, um, to just express yourself through this. Whether it's a real angry, feel real angry that day. Let me see. Tube screamer, crazy tone, delay. You know. Yeah, you get the idea, right? So sorry about that. Yeah, it's 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 how you play with it, and you get there, because most important of all, it's don't limit yourself. Don't don't worry about making mistake, because that's what happened to me when I kept sticking into the box. So I figure out that I can't get out, so why don't you know make the most out of it. And knowing the fingerboard helps, right? G here, G here, G here, G here. It helps, and I only know that because to be frank, I don't memorize it so much. For the past few years, it has all been um, feel. I spent the early days when I was maybe 16, 17, 18, trying to know everything about the fingerboard, only to forget whatever I've learned in 3 years in 2 months. So at the end of the day, I became someone who just play uh, by listening and by feel. So um, I would love to learn more about chords, different inversion of chords, because that really helps. And I feel that rhythm playing is definitely much more important than lead. But I've been playing a single line for so long that I might have to unlearn a lot of things and try to relearn rhythm and chords first. Then that will definitely help. For example, because you can actually use the G box to play over whatever you want to play. You know, yeah, that's the G chord. See? Yeah, it still sounds right, isn't it, in a way? Yeah, don't be afraid to... Yeah, just... It adds color and character, isn't it? Yeah, see? So, it really doesn't have anything right or wrong, because when you really catch it, you'll be able to flow through it. Thanks for this question, because it really makes me think. Sorry for the long-winded video, and it was a joy playing this. A little bit history. I bought this in 2008. I think I called my brother Dave, as you know him, that dude, I'm going to get my Fender Strat. I drove down to Bentley and I just got it. I didn't play much with it. I didn't know how to appreciate it until really, I'll be frank, this past 1 year I start to connect with this. But like I said, something's got to give, something's got to go. If I have to let go, I have to let go. There's not much remorse. Shouldn't feel bad about it. It's going to someone who, like I said, who likes black Strat in a way. So in a good way. So I think served me well. Probably gonna play the rest of the night with this. Alright, bro, thanks for the question. I really appreciate it. Makes me think, makes me kind of look into what and how I approach whatever I'm playing as well. Alright, take good care wherever you are. Stay safe, and we'll talk for sure very soon. Take good care, and have a nice day ahead.